What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Prime Moments Nedved. He is 92 rated, he is a cam, and he's only gone up a +1 from his prime version. We have an 86 left mid, we have an 89 left mid, and then we have an N91 left mid. Now, a 92 cam. Absolutely fantastic. He's coming in roughly at around about 1.1 mil on the Xbox and pretty much the same on the PS. At the minute, Footbin isn't showing a value on the PC, but his prime is currently sitting anywhere from 180 to 220 depending on which console you're on. So I could probably see him dropping down a little bit. But that being said, the position change is quite nice. Left mid to cam opens up plenty of areas where you could put him. You obviously can start him off as a DM for chem reasons and then move him up if needed. And I think, to be fair to him, the stats are quite nice. He's had an increase of everything +2 bar from his defending physical, which is just +1. So a little bit of an upgrade, nothing too amazing. But like I say, the big thing for him is A, the dynamic image, because everybody loves a dynamic, and also the position change. He is a 4-star, 5-star as normal, 5'10", right-footed with a high medium. We have got early crosser, power free kick, and outside of the foot as the traits for him. And in terms of stats, they're looking pretty tasty. Great passing on him, pretty much throughout is very nice. Dribbling wise, agility balance could do with some work, but everything else is looking good. Great stamina. Pace wise, again, could look at a bit more. According to Footbin, I think the best chem style to go for is going to be that engine, which I assumed just purely for that agility balance upgrade would be the more beneficial, as shooting isn't terrible for a cam, to be honest, so I think you could get away with that. But the pace increased to a 92, getting a bit more on the passing, making that pretty much maxed out at 97, and then obtaining 96 dribbling is very, very good indeed. So for me, I think it's a fantastic card. Let's jump straight in and see, is he worth it? Dread on the ball with Nedved makes Pavel look silly with the little turnaround. Dribbling wise is looking good so far. A little bit quick movements here. Go with a little 1-2 if we can. Puts him through. Spins Marquinhos, little spin inside, and again I've gone for the very rush shot there. Definitely could have got another touch on him to make it that a little bit better, but so far absolutely cracking dribbling. Nothing too fancy, it is just literally a bog standard dribble there, but enough to make sure you can get it away from your opponent. Seeing here, oh, nearly gets the fake shot, gonna roll it back to him, little turn. He read it, he read that little turn. And again into Nedved. He knows this time Garincha's going to take it away. Matthias in the middle as well. Very, very hard to beat. And I think the big thing with Nedved as well in this version is that you have got options. I think you could still potentially put him as a left mid, left wing, but I think definitely bringing him center was a very good idea in general. So I would suggest potentially still doing that, and you could even potentially kind of go for more of a center forward striker role if you really should choose to as well. He definitely has that ability, and depending on the chem style, gonna go for the big whack, trying that long shot out. What have we got? We've got 94 long, 93 shot power, so again, more than enough to be able to warrant a shot from distance. And I think passing wise, that's where the cam role really defines itself for me. When you've got passing like that, it's almost brilliant, and then you kind of add on to that 5-star weak foot, you've got a fantastic cam there. Oh, Rainbow. It's a poor volley. I will take it. It's a poor volley. I really had that high hopes there for a lovely sweet strike. Unfortunately, just a little bit lackluster on the finish there. Knocks the ball straight into Neymar, back to Nedved, going a cross goal, maybe going a bit too harsh on him here. I think passing game has absolutely been spot on, really. Looking for the ball there. Can we get the left foot across strength-wise? Seems like he's struggling a little bit. Obviously, we're going against some top-end ones. We're going to pass inside. Neymar's going to go for the shot, and unfortunately does miss it. Oh, that's in. Again with the defensive AI, beautiful blocking for him. Every single attack we've kind of thrown at him, absolutely AI everything. There it is, finds it in behind. Little dink, that's a solid save from Areola. Beautiful, really poor chip in the end. But again, managing to get himself forward and into the positions of scoring. Find R9 through again. I think we are heavily relying on that pass to Nedved, so he is kind of reading almost the move there. Little dink in. Lorente with a header to R9. Looking for that return ball. Finds the chip. Gets the little volley and not enough connection. Oh, it's a peach pass. Gets the turn in. Little roll. Again, good block. Finds Nedved on the edge. Can we create something? Little spin inside again. Lovely. One into Mbappe. Back to Nedved. Goes for the outside of the foot. Again, met with Areola with a beautiful save again. So going into the overall for Nedved then. Coming in at 1.1. To be honest, not a bad card. The question you've got is he worth 1.1? And I think, for me, if you're kind of looking at him, I don't think necessarily he is, just purely for the fact of what we can get in a cam roll so cheap. And this is where maybe a week, maybe a couple more days, we might see the price drop a little bit more. They have only been out a couple of days at best, which means that there isn't been enough time to really have that supply where I'm like, okay, we've had a solid week of supply. The demand is now going to be either lower or higher depending on what the card is all about. And for me, Nedved is a decent card. I just don't think the demand's going to be massive for him, which means his price will drop and drop. And it's kind of just shown, obviously, on this card. He's he's just about 200k at the moment on his prime, and that's a prime version. They again haven't been out a huge amount of time. They've been out since December time, I want to say December time, which means really you've had a couple of months and you've already decided you don't like the Nedved. And again, he's not necessarily an awful player, and I think the cam is definitely something that will hold the value a little bit more, but I do think you can get so much better for literally half the price. If we do have a quick look at cams, just as a kind of visual representation of him, if we have a look here and see, if we go a bit further down under the mil value, if we're actually looking at cams, somebody who does play that cam role, obviously Foot Birthday Odegaard, I've heard he's actually quite decent. We then look at somebody else like Kevin De Bruyne, Bruno, fantastic cams in the game, and it's not going to be any different to what Nedved can bring to you. We then have Nkunku. Incredible cam, very, very nice indeed. We look then further down at Phil Foden, we look at another version of Bruno, and you can kind of get my drift from there. We've got a lot of decent cams there, whereas I think for Nedved, he is kind of being paid for the dynamic, the fact he's new, and the fact he's got a different position. That for me is all you'd be paying for as an extra on top. Otherwise, you may as well go get the left mid, as again, there isn't much difference. He's still a 4-5, still as quick as you'll find him, really. Yes, you do get a +2 on everything, but there'll only be minor differences rather than actually huge differences that you could actually see. That being said, overall for him, I'd kind of come around about the 8.8 to a 9 out of 10. And yes, that may be a high score, and these icons will be relatively high depending on who we've got. Some of the lower end players I can't see getting too heavy, but I feel like he's kind of in that medium to good icon. I think he's definitely not on the worser scale. So let me know down below what you think about him. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.